Hari Om. Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Ramanaya. We are gathered here and I have been invited to say something on this global virtual satsanga on Ramana Maharshi, our most dear Guru, friend, protector, everything. Bhagavan selected certain verses from certain texts and very oddly he started playing around with the serializing. So Viveka Chudamani has 10 verses in different order, Saundara Lahari, Shivananda Lahari similarly, and of course we know Bhagavad Gita, 42 verses, but then Advaita Bodha Deepika preface gave me a hint that he is about Sravana, Manana and Nididhyasana, and it turns out the preface written by Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi in his handwriting. It turns out that when it comes to Atma Vichara, Shravana, Manana and Nididhyasana, there is no Shravana going and reading textbooks for the Atma Vichara. So, what exactly is it? So, the last step of the Yoga Sutras, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi, there the Samadhi is Nirvichara, Samadhi, the last one, Nirvichara, has to do the place where the Samyama takes place. That is, Shravana, Manana and Nididhyasana occur together. That is what Atma Vichara is, where everything comes together. So, Bhagavan defines Shravana as the determination of the direction in which the attention should be cast, consonant with the word I which is given and described. The I word, the Lakshyartha is given, so you have to shift the attention knowing the meaning of the inner direction, the meaning of the word in is properly understood by studying what Bhagavan is saying, and that with that the Shravana is over. And with that the conviction that the self exists is the experience may not be there, there may be a complaining factor, but it is there because you are there. So that is called the removal of the Ajnana with regard to its presence, and it is called Paroksha Jnana. And the next stage of Manana is when this is applied immediately, and so there is a small loop of an intention and then a practice going on, but intermediary interregnum samadhis take place. So that Manana is what is called Manana, which if held continuously with Bhava, and it is about that the Shivananda Lahiri is all concerned. And then it leads naturally to the submergence like a river into the ocean, which is called Nididhyasana in Bhagavan's terminology, which is the whole structure is given in self-inquiry. He indicates the structure there. Shravana Manana is fundamental to Bhagavan's statement. So, I looked at these 3-4 poems where he has recast them. I found that in all of them he is following a Shravana, Manana and Nididhyasana sections. And it is most apparent in Viveka Chudamani. The first 2 verses of his selections are Shravana. The next 3 verses, which are the long ones, have to do with Manana, and the last 5 are entirely about treatment of that most subtle, most pure vritti called Akhandakara vritti. That he treats of that. So, when you look at Saundara Lahari, this is same thing is true for Bhagavad Gita also. If you see that, it's in that same way he has done it. Shravana portion, Manana portion and Nididhyasana portion. In Shivananda Lahari, the whole focus is on the only one, when we come to this engagement finally with the inner one or outer one, because we still haven't clarified that, we finally resolve that things, there are only 2 types of forces here. One is an outer force and the other is an inner force, Bhava. The one is centripetal, other is centrifugal. So there are some people who say, I cannot do anything. So you remain like that, like a needle, Usi. You remain like a needle. He will come and he will move and then he will do it. And there are some who say that no, I have to do something. You cannot do. So then this is the other thing, which is to do with your seed going to the ankola, going to the tree, or it is the creeper moving towards the stick, and the river going towards the ocean. So these are all self-initiated, as if there is an intention, there is a flow, and you are the one flowing, and then you are going there. Whereas in the case of the needle, he is not doing anything; he is just there; he can't do anything. So the latter one is like the chicken and the that is hatchling and the mother bird coming, okay, or the needle and the magnet. In the needle and magnet, the needle is completely jada. It has no expectation at all of anything. Whereas in the case of the hatchling, at least there is a taste of some discomfort, and it starts to hatching, and then this comes, the mother bird comes. So that is one aspect. The other one is when you are asked to keep quiet, then this thing about the right to equality, or fairness, why are you saying that I must keep quiet and then surrender? Can I not do something? You are asking me to, why this kind of sort of one. Then you move. Do move. Then the question of I'm moving, but then you see I'm being restrained. Restraint thing comes in. I am trying to move, I am restrained, or I am keeping quiet and still nothing is happening. These are the two things. So these 5 bhavas, there are 5 bhavas which are being tackled here, saying that okay, if you are going to complain that I am restricted, like, then he says be like the calf towards the mother, which is in Bhagavatam. Vritrasura mentions the final 3 bhavas there. These final 3 bhavas of all complainants, all asuric complaints about this are tackled in that one. He says that, oh, the calf is restrained, the calf knows where the mother is, the calf knows where the target is, okay, but is not able to go there, okay, and it is restrained, it has a willingness to go there. Mother also will never reject. The calf will never look left side, there will be no vikshepam towards anything. Completely focused there, only just waiting. So they are saying, therefore, since you are demanding your equal rights, then this is the way you should prove it to yourself. So this is the way it is. The whole thing is done there. For those who have heard this and are interested, I would request you to just go and verify for yourself this sequence which I am saying, because that gets a lot of structure comes to Bhagavan's whole thing, and the grace flows, especially Viveka Chudamani has been his selection has been a big anchor for me when you see these 3. Now I will just chant in Sanskrit what you said, then in Tamil. All chantings have come to me spontaneously, and they have always been accompanied, my discovery of the meter, and it has always been accompanied by a certain tune which comes by itself. They are all native tunes only, because my mother must have been singing something those days, but the native things only it comes out. So I will only do that. And if there is a Shivananda Lahiri, if there is a Shardula Vikritam, 19 syllables which is coming now, and Dakshinamurti Stotram also is a 19 syllable, but the tune coming there was different and the tune coming here is different. And every time I open it, it will only the same tune will come, because that syllable sequence, there's something about it, this fits in. So please excuse me if people are used to some other tune, they find it very difficult. But this one, I tell you, chantings have got nothing to do with the tune. You can put any tune to any poem as long as it's in meter, because it's only the meter which is important. You can put any tune to any poem. Ankolam nija bija santatirayaskantopalam suchika Sadhvi naija vibhum latakshitiruham sindhusarit vallabham prapnoti hayatha tatha pashupate padaravindatvayam cheto vrittirupetya tisthati sada sa bhaktirityuchyate Bhaktirmahesha pada pushkaramavasanti Kadambini vakurute paritosha varsham Sampurito bhavati yasya manastatakaha Tajjanma sasyam akhilam saphalam chananyat Jananamritiyutanam Sevaya devatanam न भवति सुखलेशः संशयो नास्ति तत्र अजनिम् अमृतरूपं साम्बमीशं भजन्ते य इह परमसौख्यं ते हि धन्या लभन्ते घटो वा मृत्पिण्डोऽप्यणुरपि च धूमोऽग्निरचलः पटो वा तन्तुर्वा परिहरति किं घोरशमनं वृथा कण्ठक्षोभं वहसि तरसा तर्कवचसा पदाम्भोजं शम्भोर्भज परमसौख्यं व्रजसुधीः वक्षस्ताडनशङ्कया विचलितो वैवस्वतो निर्जराः कोटिरोज्ज्वलरत्नदीपकलिका नीराजनं कुर्वते दृष्ट्वा मुक्तिवधूस्तनोति निभृताश्लेषं भवानीपते यच्चेतस्तव पादपद्मभजनं तस्येह किं दुर्लभं नरत्वं देवत्वं नगवनमृगत्वं मशकता पशुत्वं कीटत्वं भवतु विगहत्वादिजननं सदा त्वत्पादाब्जस्मरण परमानन्दलहरी विहारासक्तं चेद्धृदयमिह तेन वपुषा गुहायां गेहे वा बहिरपि वने वा दृशिखरे जले वा वह्नौ वा वसतु वसते किं वद फलम् सदा यस्यैवान्तःकरणमपि शम्भो तव पदे स्थितं चेद्योगोऽसौ स च परमयोगी स च सुखी गभीरे कासारे विशति विजने घोरविपिने विशाले शैले च भ्रमति कुसुमार्तं जडमती समर्प्यैकं चेतः सरसिजमुमानाथ भवते सुखेनावस्थातुं जन इह न जानाति किमहो पटुर्वा गेही वा यतिरपि जटी वा तदितरो नरो वा यः कश्चिद्भवतु भव किं तेन भवति यदीयं हृत्पद्मं यदि भवदधीनं पशुपते तदीयस्त्वं शम्भो भवसि भवभारं च वहसि अद्या विद्या हृद्गता निर्गतासीद् विद्या हृद्या हृद्गता त्वत्प्रसादात् सेवे नित्यं श्रीकरं त्वत्पदाब्जं भावे मुक्तेर्भाजनं राजमौले भावे मुक्तेर्भाजनं राजमौले. சிவானந்த லஹரி தமிழ். தருவயங்கோல விதைகளும் காந்தந்தன இரும்பூசியும் பதியை தெரிவையும் மரத்தை கொடிகளும் கடலை தெள்ளிய நதிகளும் சேரும் ஒரு முறைப்படியே மனம் நினைவதுவும் ஒரு சிவன் மறையடி இணையை மருவி எந்நாளும் மன்னி நிற்பதுவே வரமிகு பக்தி அன்பென்பர் அன்பது சம்பன் பாத புட்கரமே அடைந்து காரெனக் களிமழையை மின்புறப் பெய்யும் அம்புனலாலே எவன் மனமடு நிறைந்திடுமோ மண்புவி அவன் தன் பிறப்பெனும் பைங்கூழ் மண்புறும் ஏனைய பிறவி துன்படைந்தனவாம் அவை கொளும் பலனும் துலங்கிடாதழிவடைந்திடுமே பிறப்புடைய தேவரை பேணிப் பெருசுகஞ்சிறிதுமே இலையாம் சிறப்பிலை இதனில் ஐயமே இல்லை தேர்ந்தவர் விறப்பிறப்பின்றி அறப்பெருந்தேவி உடனுரை சிவனை அன்புடன் இறைஞ்சுவர் அவரே உறப்பெரும் சுகமே பிறப்பினால் பெறுதற்கு உற்ற நட்பேறு பெற்றவரே புத்தியில் தேர்ந்தாய் மண்குடம் அணுக்கள் புகை அனல் ஆடை நூல் மலைகள் இத்தகை தருக்க பொருள்களும் யமனை எற்றுமோ தர்க்க நூல் கொண்டு கத்தினல் கண்ட வறட்சி கொள்கின்றாய் கண்ணுதலடி மலர் கடிதே பத்தியில் பற்றி பரவிடுவாயே பரசுகப்பதமடைவாயே ஈசனின் பதும பதம்பதி இதயமெவர் குருமவன் தனை கண்டே பாசமாரியமன் மார்பிலே உதையும் வடுமென வஞ்சியோடுவனால் தேசமாரமரர் முடிமணி விளக்காற் சிறக்க நீர் அஞ்சனம் புரிவார். பேசரு முக்தி மாதுமே அணைவான் பின்னவர் கிங்கரிது எதுவே. புரஹர வினயான் மனிதனோ சுரனோ பொறுப்பதோ அடவியோ நாற்கால். மிருகமோ பறவையோ பசுத்தானோ மெல்லிய கொசுகதோ புழுவோ. உரிய எப்பிறவி உற்றுளதேனும் உன்னடி மலர்களை உண்ணி. பரிகளி வெள்ளந்திளைத்திடப் பெறின் அவ்வடி உடலார்க்குறை என்னே. வரைமுறை இல்லம் வெளியிடங்கான மலைகளின் உச்சி நீரங்கி. உரை செய்யும் இந்த இடங்களில் ஒருவன் உரைதலால் உருவயன் யாதோ. கரையிலா இன்ப காரண எவன் உட்கரணம் எப்போதும் உன் பாத. மறையிலே மன்னல் யோகம் அன்னவனே மாபெரும் யோகி மாசுகியே. ஆழிய மடுவை மனித சஞ்சாரம் அற்றைய வனத்த நீழ்மலையை. சூழுவர் மலர்கள் துருவியே ஒன்றாய் துலங்கு தம் இதய தாமரையை. ஊழதை ஒழிக்கும் உமையபல் நாத உனக்களித்தொருகவல் இன்றி. வாழுதிற் சுகமாய் வாழ்ந்திடு வழியை மாந்தர் ஏன் ஓர்ந்திலர் அந்தோ. மானியோ இல்லம் வாழ்வனோ துறவு வாய்ந்தவனோ ஜட்டாதரனோ. பேணிய பிரிதோர் நரனெவனேயாய்ப் பிறங்குக பெறுவதென்னதனால். வேணியம் பெருமான் எவன் தனதிதயம் மென்மலர் அது நிறக்குரிதாய். வேணியம் பெருமான் எவன் தனதிதயம் என்மலர் அது நினக்குறித்தாய். பூணியலுளதோ அவன் வயனாய் பொறுப்பயன் அவன் பவச்சுமையே. தன்னிலா மௌலி நின்னருள்ளதனால் தடித்த அஞ்ஞானம் என்னுள்ளம். நன்னிடாதொழிந்து போயது ஞான நலம்பெற இதயமெய்தியதால். எண்ணிலாச் செல்வம் அளிப்பதும் வீட்டிற்கிருப்பிடமாவதுமாம். உன் புண்ணிய பாத தாமரை அதனை போற்றுவேன் மனத்தில் எப்பொழுதும். உன் புண்ணிய பாத தாமரை அதனை போற்றுவேன் மனத்தில் எப்பொழுதும்.